What's going on, Patriots fans? I have a quick little subscriber challenge here for you guys because we are 45 new subscribers away from reaching 12,000 here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. First and foremost, thank you for supporting the channel and the company, but we also still have a little ways to go. Hit that sub button for me if you guys do want the latest updates on your New England Patriots this entire offseason and regular season right here for free. Let's talk football, baby. We've been talking about NBA the entire time. Need a break from the NBA. I want to talk about what is happening in the world of NFL, more specifically, what is happening with the Patriots OTAs. Day one, we've got the takeaways from head coach Jerod Mayo. We've got a lot of takeaways here on the rookie QB, Drake Maye. Mainly offense, mainly defense. We're going to be breaking down here everything that happened on OTAs. Day one for your New England Patriots. Let's go on ahead and jump into it. I am a Chat Sports host, Allie Barefoot. And right now, the number one thing that the OTAs were primarily focused on here was quarterback footwork. That was the number one key they just wanted to lock down. Before you can start figuring out who your QB1 is, your QB2s, and start implementing wide receivers in there, you got to go back to the basics. I saw video after video after video on my timelines about quarterback footwork. And just to kind of set the scene here for you guys, Drake Maye, Jacoby Brissett, Joe Milton, and Zappe all worked on footwork drills for most of the practice with the new offensive coordinator, Alex Van Pelt. And I know what you guys are thinking. How'd the rookie do? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what Drake Maye did, because I saw a lot of footwork drills, primarily just kind of doing a bunch of dropbacks. They were kind of striding away from pressure and the basics here for the quarterback. But primarily, I do think it's very important for Drake Maye to really pop off early. I know it's just footworks. I know they've been doing this since Pee Wee and trying to get through all those drills. But to really build your foundation here to possibly make a name for yourself at QB1, it's important that Drake Maye, not just day one, but continuing on at OTAs, continues to nail down his footwork and his technique to be able to pair up with all of the talents that did draft him here for the New England Patriots. Because mainly they just worked on target practice, accuracy today. They didn't really implement a lot of wide receivers there towards the beginning of OTAs. That kind of came later in the day. So the fact that Drake Maye, if he is still working in here behind Jacoby Brissett, working in maybe even behind Bailey Zappe, you got to make sure that your techniques are down to go. Plus, the ball explodes out of his hand. This was no joke when everybody's talking about the kind of strength that Drake Maye has. We saw it in the ACC, and obviously it's going to transition a little bit differently to the NFL because everybody's now playing at a professional level, but there is no secret Drake Maye has a cannon on him. And I do think that offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt is really going to work well here with this quarterback, especially because he's going to be an explosive, out-of-the-pocket type of guy when he needs to be. But let's go ahead and break down just a little bit more here about the QB drills. When the team started 7v7, Maye and Milton did a lot of watching rather than playing. And this is to be expected, in my opinion. You're going to kind of start with Jacoby Brissett. You know, he waited his long decade ago behind Tom Brady. Of course, played for the Commanders last year. I would expect him to kind of be taking the reps here, QB1, just for the first day of OTAs. You got to let the rookies dip their feet in before they dive into the pool. And, of course, Bailey Zappe, been with the New England Patriots as well, but they got a lot of wide receivers in there like Polk, who was also getting his reps as well. So they had to get everybody implemented here on day one. So I'm okay with the watching just for now. Make sure he understands what's going on. Welcome to the real world. I mean, when you start your first day of the job, they're not just going to put you in front of whatever you're doing and say, I want this done by the end of the day. They're going to ease you into it. So this is all pretty expected as of right now. But if you guys are excited for the New England Patriots to finally be back in action, like I said, my timeline's been filled with NBA. I want to talk about the NFL. I want to talk about the Patriots. Go on ahead and type me down below if you guys are ready just to get this season started. But speaking of the season, we got to talk about the injury report, mainly Cole Strange, because he's still in doubt. Jerod Mayo did give an update here on Cole Strange and what he's been doing so far here in OTAs, because there were a lot of absences. But Cole Strange, because he only has entering his third year, he still has some time he needs to prove himself. But here's what Jerod Mayo did say about the left guard. He said, that's an interesting one. He's another guy. Normally we'd say day by day. He's more of a week by week, or you could go month by month if you want to. He's working hard. He's doing his rehab. He's here every day. He's in the meeting room. So I'm happy where he is. So we know that Cole Strange is doing everything that he possibly can without putting any physical complications to his body and really making sure that he is ready to go when it is time to go. But the bad news is about Cole Strange's experience here in the NFL is that he is in danger of possibly losing that starting spot because this is kind of where OTAs start everything off here for the preseason. And going into training camp and figuring everything out is that Strange needs to be out there proving himself just like all the offensive tackles are doing and offensive linemen are doing in here as well. So here's what the day one offensive line depth chart kind of looked like. Of course, you got a core of 4 there at left tackle. You got City So also there at left guard as well, taking over for Cole Strange. David Andrews, who just recently signed an extension. He's going to be there at your center. And then it goes down Levert. It's got Mike in there as well. So the right side's kind of solidified just a little bit. But then you have to worry about the rookies. Where do the rookies come in? Where do those recent draft picks come in? Because where does Layden Robinson fit? Obviously, you know that he was drafted because of what he did at right guard throughout his time in college. But it's also been known that he got a lot of reps here at left guard during last week's rookie minicamp. So it makes you wonder if Cole Strange isn't ready to go. Layden Robinson has everything to prove and everything to lose here, everything to gain, while Cole Strange kind of has everything to lose here in this position. Of course, there with City So as well, working in at the left guard. So overall, I think the offensive line is still very shaky. It's still very movable. There are a lot of parts that aren't yet set in stone, which is why they did draft some big men to go in front of Drake Maye here and really provide the best protection that they're going to be able to give Drake Maye, Jacoby Brissett, Bailey Zappe, whoever they decide to put there at QB1. And like I said, if Cole Strange can't get that rehab going there, it may be a very long offseason for the offensive linemen. My third takeaway from day one OTAs, we've got to focus on the defense here. The defense looked ahead early, and this is to be no surprise, really, because a lot of Patriots fans who are coming into this regular season, they're not primarily worried about the defense as much as they are the offense, and it's good to know that day one, the defense showed out. They looked a lot better than the offensive units, which is no surprise here. You got to see Christian Gonzalez also out there on 7v7s, and apparently he looked like his usual self, which is great because we haven't been able to see his full extent, of course, because of that injury that he did sustain. So it's good to know the defense seems to be way ahead of the offense here. But like I said, we're worried about the offense just a little bit more than the defense, especially on day one of the OTAs when you finally get to see everybody kind of in fruition. The Patriots defense already has its schemes and its playbooks. Well, of course, you do have offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt's schemes to also start to work on, start to implement a lot of new moving parts here as well on offense. But the offensive takeaways on what they did here on day one of OTAs, a lot of zone run schemes. Of course, you got Antonio Gibson working hard out there. Saw a lot of great things from him. Lots of play action in here as well for multiple of those QBs and the vertical passing game. Like I said, primarily working on accuracy and target drills and footwork, but they were making sure they got down most of their schemes here, which, like I said, starting from basics is okay here for day one of the OTAs. But like we all have known, coming into this regular season, and coming in with a new head coaching staff in here as well, will this offense be better than it was last year? There's a lot of moving parts here. Of course, you drafted a lot of resources. You kept a lot of the resources. So do you think that Alex Van Pelt and the Patriots offense will be better in 2024? Type B for better, type W for worse down below. Let's talk about it here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. And while you guys are doing that, I need to make sure you look fresh as can be this upcoming season for the New England Patriots. Going ahead, ignore the number. We know he's going to be number 10. This is just more so a prototype so you guys can figure out where it will fit in your closet amongst all of your Boston memorabilia. Drake Maye jersey. Go to chatsports.com/Maye jersey. You guys can rep the dark blue. You can rep the red. Any other color scheme you guys want. Drake Maye has it ready to go. The rookie, he's getting his OTAs in. We've got day one underway. And if you guys are already excited to see what Drake Maye's going to do, whether he'll be QB1, QB2, doesn't mean you can't get his jersey. I can already picture Gillette Stadium having all of the 10s, all of the Maye jerseys ready to go. Rain, shine, obviously cold, more than hot. Go to chatsports.com/Maye jersey. Get your jersey here today, Fanatics. Chatsports.com/Maye jersey. The last takeaway here from day one of the OTAs is that Maye's a grinder. Everything that everybody said about this kid coming in the NFL draft, I've seen this to be true. And And I get it, it's just the first day, but I'm just so excited to have some young life in here. We've got so many new moving parts in the offense that Drake Maye is one of the huge reasons why I'm ready to get this season started. And here's what Jerod Mayo had to say about his new rookie QB. He said Drake did a great job, not only progressing on the field, but also off the field. You can already tell he's going to put in that extra work. I walked by the quarterback meeting room. He's just in there by himself watching film. Those are the things that you want to see. We talked about it in the beginning of this video. He's really got to make sure his footwork's down, his technique is down to be able to match what he can do on the field. But the fact that he's already showing out here off the field is also making me feel like they got a nice character pick in here as well with Drake Maye. He was also seen with two other rookies, Javon Baker, and you also got Polk, who are walking off the field last in the OTAs today. Mike Reese talked about the scene setter. Practice ended about 15 minutes ago, and Drake Maye, Polk, and Javon Baker are the last players on the field, extending their work together. Maye is calling out what route he wants at half speed before the wide receivers run them. So it's not just Maye that wants to get better. It's all the rookies here, and I love that they're already starting to bond. As you know, Brissett and Maye are bonding as well, texting each other about cadence, texting each other about plays. So it looks like a lot of these drills and a lot of these depth charts are starting to mesh well together as well. The big three, man. These rookies are going to set the tone for this new iteration of Patriots football, and it's going to be incredible. This is what should get you excited about the regular season. We know the Bill Belichick era is over, and while that's sad, it's also something to look forward to. You've got Jerod Mayo. You've got new defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators. You've got a highly anticipated ACC quarterback coming into the NFL. It's going to be a good year, matching up with all the rookies that they do have. And honestly, today just got me so excited for the NFL season. I'm starting to feel a lot of hope here for the New England Patriots. No, they may not be Super Bowl champions this year, but I like the corner that they're turning right now. I'm seeing all great things. Could have been a lot of drama-filled day. It could have been a lot of absences, injury reports, but overall, I think day one's was a good start. And if you guys want to keep up with us for the rest of OTAs, preseason, training camp, everything in between, go on ahead and hit that sub button for us here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports for the best free content on your New England Patriots.